Ladies and gentlemen, the protocol is observed at this moment and at these criteria. Okay, first of all, let's see, look at those areas, major areas here. Okay, for verifications cases. Okay, major areas. We're gonna be tackling those lines and those lines as well. Okay, all these areas. Okay, the food, the national food, and then international market price, and then who we are, what we do. I think in a brief, everyone knows, okay, who we are and what we do. On the just stages here, this is our major problems here. If you look here, those are our major problems. Okay. That's when it says cry to crash, cry to world currency. Okay, cry to world currency. And then we happen to so here, if you look there, of course we are looking for audition for volunteer. Okay, summer times, and that is office volunteer, summer and winter. Okay, in summer, if the individual want to volunteer, and then they should start from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, one shift, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That is a 2 shift. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. That is a 3 shift there. And then or they may come on daily basis from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. as one shift. Okay, or in winter that will be 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, one shift. And then no telephone, of course, no telephone is required. We are just a multitask, that is working with the keyboards, and then they will have less than 1 minute to 15-minute press conference, like this one which I'm running here. Press conference, they will handle radios. Okay, radio as a priorities, communication with radio as well also required there. And then the individual must be available Monday to Friday or throughout. Okay, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. If that is for volunteers are needed urgently, and then must start immediately. Conditioned, no stealing, no backlogs. When it comes to audition QA, which is the question and answer spaces. Okay, entrance difficulties. Entrance is difficult there, but may ease because the buzzer is there. Our phone line is not really connected to the buzzer, but may ease. Okay, so the aim of this volunteers business is to connect African business at large. Okay, and then those business are the areas that we track here. Okay, and then how we may end cry to currency because if we talk of HPAC computers, those are computers myself I used back in 2005. Okay, back in 2005. Okay, those are computers I used in 2005, then 2004. Okay, and then as before I enrolled to university or to colleges for further educations. On areas of audition, on areas of our site, we said that we had the resections. Okay, there is the resections, and then another guy was saying they want another recessions within 18 months. Okay, they want recessions. So we said, yeah, if it come to recessions for our site, for our versions, is banned and is blocked. We don't mandate. And then we try to weight, okay, our heavy weights here. This is weight 1, then this is weight 2. This weight here become waste if this is Ober's weight. And then if this is the TD weights, they become more important. And then TD groups, and then Ober groups. Okay, Ober eats group. So on occasions, let's say it Ober eats groups, and then this is the TD groups. TDs they tend they are after attracting their business. They are bringing business closer to people. Okay, they've been saving the country for long, and then they said they're trustees. But Uber immigrated in 2000, of course, 2004 from Kenya. That is the 2004 January the 26th. And then I was among Uber, okay, Uber founders, and then the families. Okay, we are 7 in the airport, okay. But before we depart on the 26th of January 2004, I have my books written like this, book, pen and books written like this. I wrote with the books. There are roughly 10 books like this. And then now I'm going to Canada. I want to take my books with me so that I have my school project summarized there. And then the guy is checking this point, took away my books. And then they want me not to travel to Canada no more. I was on hurry. I want to go, and then they hijack my books. And then before I can claim it back, they went and hijack another Somalia guy books. Not books, but that is a mobile phone, and then could be the laptop also in 2004. That is more than 10 phones, 10 Nokia phones. And then that is Mopesa built inside, I guess. Safaricom is there. And then they have Airtel. And then they have MTN also built inside. Then the guy hijacked all those and then took away those things. So I don't know if they recovered and then they mailed it to them. They cargo it to him over New York. That's what I really don't know. And then to my investigation, I know this is this weight here. This is the TD who called us to come to Canada. And then this is overweights. And then overweights hired that individuals to collect that information from us. And then we got hijacked. There, and then we found I lost my books. And then the guy lost their phone. Let's say the guy is a TD groups, right? So if the guy is TD groups, and then the Uber is the Uber Eats restaurant, and then they went with the books. Now after we reach to Canada, we stay well and not well in the long runs, okay? And then we know the guy has his plans. His investment is he has the alcohol investment, he has this one, then that one. And then TD groups, the weight here is different. This is TD weights, this is overweights. Okay? Now Uber built more strangers, and then they become more rebels. Uber Eats become more rebels. Let's say it in Canada. They, if you take a Canadian drunkards, every protest, every strikes, every city parades, every city events is conquered by Uber Eats leading. So that is the alcohol, the liquor groups leading all the events. And then if you see, Canadian beer stores is leading better, okay, much better. Canadian beer stores, they are leading much better. They are doing much better, Canadian beer stores, and this is Uber Eats, okay. So those guys, they are doing much better. So this is the TD, okay, TD Canada Trust is a bank. So here, those guys, they are drinking much. And then you found, of course, we found earlier in when the Strong Finance Bank, we were nominated around 2008, 2009. And then we were told you can travel here, you can travel there, anywhere we can travel. We said fine, but we were found we don't have the money to do the travels, okay. And then that is Uber Eats they called, okay. If that is Uber Eats they called, and then how is Uber Eats people trust? If they trust them, and then they, yeah, do they really lower TD down, and then they put Uber Eats apps. This weight here they put up, and then this weight, which is TDgroups, they put down. Is that what it is? And then that's why people, if you go to airport, they have to use this one here. Mandates, mass mandates. This thing here, you are seeing the white thing here, which they designed for the mouth. Every person should pull it over, should pull it on their mouth. That's what they are authorizing. And then we found the authorizations come from Uber Eats, not from come from this weight here, not from this weight, which is the TD. So let's say this is the Uber Eats all rumors and liars. Okay, Uber Eats liars and then rumors. Okay, because the numbers of alcohol consumers in our society, in our communities, is very big amount of liquors. Okay, everybody is a liquor. I put here liquor. You can read the water. It's not the water 100%. This is liquor. Okay, I can liquor. Everybody is liquoring in the communities. If I claim this is a water, for sure is a water. But in this most communities, that is liquor. They drunk. They get drunk. Okay, on occasions, and then we found how are they coping up. And then how is those things mandate? Because the guy working in the airport, they believe, yeah, this is over, they are doing much better, and then we have to use them. Yeah, they found, yeah, this is over, yeah, because they can scam out this billion. Once they scammed, I will be very rich persons. So now the person working in the airport took that as an advantage. They're using Uber to navigate $1 billion, to navigate $1 million, and then escape the airline, and then escape the copyrights, escape some of the business name, and then moving government even offices from one location to the other, because Uber is scammed the whole things, bought liquors in all the homes, all of them drunk. So you call this one, they will speak drunk, and then they will speak as if they are the one who have that energy. No longer TD group have that energy. So that means the Uber Eats are the Uber liquors, has more tensions, more energy than the TD groups. If we talk of TD groups, those are the people who are employed full times at workplace, whatever they sit. You will see this is a hot tea, and then you'll see this is water and addition, and then they have food, no liquor, no nothing. That is the TD groups. TD groups, let's say this is the TD groups, this is Uber Eats, and then that is the liquor. Okay, and then the society is there. Whatever you live in the forest, in the African forest, you know, at least you have Uber Eats somewhere there. That is the groups who are drinking liquors, and then how are you coping up with them? And how is the job going? Is it slow? You found the job is slow, you found the job is expensive. That's how we are talking the advantages and the disadvantages, which is configuring and which is conquering these missions here. Because we analytically brought, this is a community guideline, this is community strikes, this is community is protest, and then this is elections, and this is campaign. Vis-a-vis, this is the 5 heads here, and then they brought to those challenges here. And then they investigated this challenge, and then observed these situations, and then they want to clearly verify if we are able as human people. Otherwise, those are the areas that we mandatorily look into, and then we see, yeah, this is because the guy in the airport said, yeah, I want to travel. The other one in the railway station say, I want to travel. The other one in the bus station say, I want to travel. But they impose, yeah, they have to lay this one because they are liquor, they have more energy, and then now their rebel activities. This is the Uber rebels. Okay, Uber groups the rebels, Uber groups the liquor. Okay, they own that energy more than the TD groups. So that's what we are trying to differentiate. We take TD as an examples for peoples because it's a simple, you can navigate it, you can find it. If we give our name, we are bragging. If we give the other people names, we are not doing also. So that's why we use TD for that purpose, and then for you to see the differentiations. Because if you look worldwide, all our leaders, they are getting arrested, getting very shameful, and then you may see here they sit well with the militaries. Here tomorrow the military cause a problem somewhere, they are fighting. They found this much people massacre, this much people area taken over, and then they switch them to refugees because this is the Uber liquors, and then which they call Uber Eats, and then this is the Uber rebelism. So on a vis-a-vis. So how can we enter that, and then how can we stop that? Because they said too much delay on the airport. A guy have to go all over your things, and then we said that is the origins of from Africa, and then the origin because Uber Eats, and then Uber rebels, and then the Uber liquors, they were caught stealing, they were caught backlogging. Okay, so what can we do? As a TD groups, what can we do? If you are TD groups and then you found, yeah, you hijack people and then you have to scan them, you have to put these things on their mouth, and then so that they, whatever they talk, you won't read their lips, and then you won't run the copyrights back to them, and then they are waste. They go there, they are waste. They come back, they are waste. So that is like wasting the people's energies and then wasting what people really needs and what they are really doing. So what can we do there as the individuals? That's what the questions and answers is referred to. And then we should all worldwide look into Uber Eats, and then the Uber liquors, and then the Uber rebelisms. Okay, these are the areas the world should look upon. If you are around worldwide, you impose bad price, you impose bad policies on innocent people. You are chasing them, switching them to refugees. You are changing their home address even to another home address, as if you ban them here, and then you have to open them to Europe. And then or you ban them in Europe, you have to open them to Canada or somewhere. You are doing misconceptions. That is the misinterpretations, and that is the worst thing because you want the guy not to know this area, this line, that copyright, and then if they know, and then this party is over. This rebel party is over. Okay. Because Uber Eats, the Uber rebelisms, the Uber liquors, those people, they want to run that party for more than 5 years. You know, once rebels introduce a party, the party won't end. That's why it's a party. Wearing this thing here won't end. We want to end it. How to end those things? in the airport, in the business buildings, if that is overeats as the rebels, as the liquors, and then as those indulgence. So what can we do there? So because handling a liquor guy, of course, you call the guy over the phone, and then they happen to drive the guy there, and then they stand over near CEO, and then they found that the guy was not ready with the CEO. That's why the CEO went to that, returned back to their countries, and then force, and then that country is all smelly, all stinky. So we have to no longer hire them. They banned Canada because of that too. If they banned Europe, they banned it because this is a TD groups. This is Uber group, Uber Eats groups, and then this is Uber Liquor groups, and then this is Uber the so-called rebelism. So the alcohol people in your communities, in your homes, whatever is your father, your moms, and then whatever is your steps, parents, or whatever is your brothers, your elder brothers, which one you know them. So that is Uber liquors. So what we mean, the people who are drinking homes, okay, buying the liquors from the stores and then consuming them home, they are the one who come with those kind of forced. They built that force over the business offices, over the retail stores, and then over the airports. They are the one blocking those things. But still we have that problems explaining the English. And then the whole world is have this problem explaining the English. So that's why it's gonna be still another guy is gonna take it seriously. He's gonna go as a weapon with over some people. Is very wrong. So you did not get the English well. Get the English well, then pay their attention. This is TD groups, and then this is Uber Eats groups, and then this is Uber Liquors, and then this is Uber Rebelisms. Get it very clear, and then see yourself from wherever your communities belong, from wherever your family members belong, from wherever you people sit in a table or in which levels you drink that liquor, and then validate, put yourself which level you belong. If you belong to TD groups, you might have consumed 1 cup of this one in a year. 1 cup of this one in a year. You are TD groups. If you are Uber, you might have consumed this one 1 million of this cup in a year. 1 million of this cup in a year, and then you are Uber groups. Okay, if you are TD groups, you might have consumed 1 cup of this one in a year, and then you are TD groups. That's what we mean. So on overview, if you are really TD groups, and then that is not you, maybe your children's, your other family members who doesn't do the liquors, they could be the TD groups there, and then that is not you, but you, as they are working you friendly, you are a good guy, you're a good person, and then you are durable, and then you're tolerable, and then whatever you make them love, you make them even a gift. Your gift is an ending to those children you have there at home, and then you build good relationship. Of course, your TD groups, whatever how much your liquor is, and then you will find your TD groups. We will find we isolate you to TD groups. If we isolate you the most to Uber groups, because you damage the world market price, you damage the world lands, you damage the world people faith. You build more rebelisms, and then the world is collapsing, and then we want to fix the world. We want to open the airlines, everything's running without people using these things here. We have to put these things in the garbage, and then we have to be people back again. That's what we need. On overviews, if it's liquor things, liquors never end. Liquor is the worst. Better rebels, maybe you can screw them, because you can screw them because they are not the one manufacturing the bullets. The bullet is manufactured somewhere, they have to buy, and then to load that gun, and then to keep the shooting going. So you may ban them, But liquor is not easy to burn. Once you burn it, you become more the liquor. And then is home consumption's levels is not a party levels, is home consumption's levels. That's why is overview, since the worst things people consume them after eating lunch, after eating supper, after a party, after which one, and then during a party, and which other involvements during a meeting, and so forth and so forth. That is overview. The differences, the weights we have, two burdens. That is the disadvantages here, this is advantages here, and then but they're all an individual issues. And then the battling our price, and then battling our world, and then arresting our leaders, and then the putting condition our innocent landowners, forcing them to grab another country lands by force, and then turning themselves to be refugees after they failed, because an individuals altering, yeah, change the issue, we win here, we don't want you because they are backlogs. They want to drink the liquors campaign here, they want to drink. If you cannot get my English, yeah, this is these disadvantages use you the most. That's why your airline delay, that's why your bus is delay, that's why your railway delay, that's why everything of yours delay. And then mine too delay, because why? We tend to be issue and confused. We don't know what we are concentrating unless we deal with the copyright policies which is there. Otherwise, we are wasting the world energies in overview. Otherwise, the others is me, of course, Wayne Hassan as is it on. We did these ideas, and then we did these investigations. But this investigation is what we call elections, campaigns, community guideline, strikes and protests towards decisions, because we want to ensure, yeah, this is a band, and then this is blocked. Those areas which we found too congestive or too congested by some criminals operating here, checking different travelers. You have to close your mouth, and then you have to bring me checking if you got injected or you have this one, creating more this one, because those are the rebels built by the negativities we have. Those are negativities we have in our households, the liquor systems we have in our households. Build those negativities, and then those negativities, of course, went and built the energies. So they have to use the liquors the most everywhere, and the liquor become the rebels there. Of course, if we take that and then we enforce it, and then who will ease it, and then who will release those control which has been overexposed, and then people cannot do anything about it. What will the world really do about that? That is what we are trying to fix in vis-a-vis, of course, 18 really for 1301, and there that is me, Wayne Hassan, as is it on.